There's a Kawasaki built right here. Our 440 mule engine. Yes, I'm going to put it in this year for testing and also to give it some beating. I'm ready to install it next week into the my Challenger project Kawasaki here. I also had the radiator done. I installed it temporarily. So sometime this week we're going to install this 440 testing mule in our Challenger. And she's ready. And I had a couple of viewers tell me that my car looked pretty dangerous sitting on stands on this lift. Okay, you're right. So you know what I did? Here it is now. I got the car on my 4 old wheels, not the ones that are gonna stay with the car. So now that the whole car has its suspension in place, it's sitting on its own wheels, and now I'm gonna start slowly putting it together. And then I got a viewer who just sent me these beautiful fender covers for my car. And here they are. And they stick on with the name Challenger, of course, on it, because this is what it is. And I've kept them here for my Kawasaki project. Thanks, buddy. Actually, I'm going to use them for many cars, but in the meantime, I'm going to leave them on my car because right now I'm going to start working on it very soon. Also, I still have the keeper right here. One viewer made a comment that said that the engine was in the shop. True. We had it rented out to a major video production, and I'm not allowed to tell you yet because I have to wait for them to pick up the video first, and then I could say so after. And it was one big exciting project, let me tell you. So in the meantime, stay tuned and we'll find out in the future. And today we're going to be working on my challenge with the Kawasaki project. I got the engine ready here to install, which I have it here. I'm going to put it in sometime this week, but in the meantime, I want to start working on the rally cluster, the dash. I got to dismantle it and make a list of what parts I need to order for it. I know I need a new dash pad.
Good cleaning to start, maybe?
Yeah, that's true. Here it is. Nice. It's a 3-speaker dash pad. Look at this. 1 speaker.
Very good.
Of course, this is missing, you know, as usual.
I'm sure you'll find a part for that.
So here we are. This is the original cluster and dash pad to the Kawasaki Challenger project I got here. My job here is to take it apart and restore it.
Is that an 8,000 RPM?
Let's see what the mileage is on the car. Here it is. 99,000 miles. Is that possible?
No.
Anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm going to take it all apart and we're going to make it brand new. This is the fun part. Let's take it apart. I'm going to use the same harness. I'm going to fix it up nice and clean. It looks pretty decent. Yeah, it looks pretty decent. This cluster, I got another set completely, and it's been restored by Giuliano.
Oh, nice.
One of my old buddies has passed away a few years ago. So we're going to see. I'm going to take it all apart and we'll take it from there.
Clock's going to work again, right?
Yes, I hope so. I want that clock to work, yes. Good. Okay, we'll start with here, the overhead light bar. We'll start with the light bar. Here we go. Right here. These are the lights that open up in the dark when you flip the switch on headlights, and it looms up the dashboard. Anyways, you're gonna see it when it's done. I have a few spare pieces on this rally cluster. It is a 3-speaker dash pad because this car came with an 8-track AM radio. So I believe I'm gonna go back with the 8-track. And I know the Kawasaki car only had an AM radio, but you know what? I don't know. Maybe I'll put my own personal touch and put my 8-track in there. We're gonna see. You know what I love about these Mopars? When you got a 4-speed car, you got a reverse light. So when your backup lights come on, you got a reverse light in the dash. It turns on an orange light, amber, orange, yellow, whatever, that says you're in reverse. That is a nice piece. It's a nice touch from Chrysler. Of course, we're going to put it back in the same way. For me, it's one of the most good-looking dashes on the pony cars. I love it very much. And you know what? I can't wait to drive with it on. I can't wait. This is going to be something.
Hey, wow. That's the reverse light.
Oh yeah, is that awesome or what, eh? That's nice. I love that touch.
Only Dodge that has that?
Only Dodge. I mean, you should say Chrysler. The E-bodies had it. A few B-bodies had it. From
GM or Ford car wouldn't have that?
No. It's a little.
Still do that on
It's a Mopar special touch. That's my opinion. But when you have a Dodge Challenger RT, the Riley cluster is a standard equipment. Comes with a clock, tack, and gauges. On a CUDA, it was an option. On an RT Challenger 7071, it's standard equipment.
Many of the parts on Nick's 70 U-Code Challenger will be able to be reused in the rebuild, with a little TLC first.
Nick asked me to spray this because when you put the light bulbs in, if you have a reflective finish, when the lights come on, it's going to be brighter. It'll be nicer on the car. So this is what he told me to do. This is how I'm going to spray it. We'll see how it kind of turns out. I think it's going to look pretty good. If anybody's wondering about the gaskets, spraying over them because we're going to change them.
And this is the buzzer. When the door is open, it buzzes. That's the buzzer. I don't think anything's working. I haven't checked nothing. I got it in pieces. This is the way I bought it. It was on the side of the car. And I'm gonna check everything as we put it together. But eventually I'm gonna restore everything that goes in. So hopefully everything works after.
It seems like a simple enough idea. Fix up an old car and it should work better. But it's not always the case. For instance, this wonderful Lincoln Continental. The owner had it upgraded to disc brakes on all four corners at another shop. Problem is, now the car stops worse than it did with the old drums in place. Nick bled the system and checked the clearances on the components of the aftermarket kit. Everything seemed to have been installed correctly.
Thank you, sir. I need help with the door. Where's my boy Nick?
And since the roads are actually dry for the first time in months, it's time for a test drive.
IT63 Continental. Let's take it for a drive with the suicidal doors. All right, let's take it for a ride.
Have a good trip.
Okay, let's take it for a drive. My God, these doors are weird, eh? I'm not used to driving cars with the back doors opening the opposite way. Okay, here we go. My God, this feels like a big car, eh? He's got no mufflers on this thing. Look at this thing. This is what you call a yacht, not a boat. Anyways, this is one hell of a ride. Let's go. Let's go try it out. I don't know, the brakes still feel the same. I'm gonna let Manny drive it. Still not perfect. Manny, come and try it. Manny, you drive it. I'm gonna go on the other side.
Okay.
Let's go.
What do you got?
Watch. Oh my God, I don't want to put my shoes in there.
Here. This,
Okay,
because I got the plastic.
all right. Got it. Let's go for a ride. You see, you're gonna try the pedal. See, it's got like no power assistance. No power assistance, I should say. Try it out. Okay, go on. You gotta press hard, eh?
Well, the thing is, most of it is just fluid filling, right?
That's right.
They should have a bigger bore.
You think so?
More fluid, yeah.
God, what mass would be a bigger bore? God, what's that noise? My
That's
God.
the brakes actually grabbing. Suspension compressing. What year is this car?
63. Sounds funny, eh?
No, it's good. The rotors finally are getting pressure. That's good. You have a lot.
See, you gotta press hard, man.
Not really.
No? I don't know. I find you gotta press hard.
Well, 5,000 pounds, right?
Well, 5,000 pounds, plus I want to get at least 1,000 psi pressure at the calipers.
That's something you have to check now.
I'm gonna check. I want to check it next week. But in the meantime, let's take it for a ride and see what you think.
I don't know what it drove like before, big, but for a 5,000 pound car,
It's.
if I have to like emergency stop,
What happened is the pedal's higher now than
Yeah.
usual. But to see that effect, it's like you want it to go nosedive.
yeah,
Touch the brake and go nosedive. I can't do it.
no.
You gotta press hard. I thought maybe the booster, maybe it was.
You've got progressive, because if you go in and just start applying brakes, it's there, but it won't go much further. It's like almost as if it's just a little bit more.
Like you want to slam the brakes, go through the windshield. That's the
Yeah.
effect we want. We don't have it.
Okay, hold on.
You're trying to do the ratchet adjustment?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Let's go.
The emergency brake works.
Good. But do you think,
Nope. It's the same.
see? He's got 18 inches of vacuum to the power brake booster.
There's plenty of boost.
There's no seat belts in this car, right? Talk about
I
safety.
checked.
Talk about safety. No seat belts and no brakes.
Well, they figure out with this dimension of vehicle.
And it's a heavy car to stop.
Let's go down this way.
Okay, let's go. We just got to be careful because a lot of cars pop out of nowhere.
Yeah.
So be careful.
I'd say I'd be worried.
Yeah.
With the weight of this car, you're
Just-
just going through.
Just watch out no forklift comes out of here because these guys come out flying sometimes. Just take your time. How about trying to open the back door while we're driving? What would happen? It's gonna spring open, eh?
Oh yeah.
Fly open, I don't know what you want to call it, but you see that, eh? I want to just, let's say you put a lot of pressure like a normal car. You should have a nosedive right through the windshield.
Yeah.
That's what I want. I want that effect.
You know what? Interesting.
I don't know how the customer drove it before. It was even worse before. Okay. You think I should get a bigger bore master cylinder?
It's just,
Strange, eh?
it's ridiculous because it's like, there's good, you could tell it's not the length of the rod because you get instant response.
That's right. That's right. It's there.
You get a
went.
response.
But see that? You got to travel quite a bit.
Let's try the brakes.
Not perfect, eh?
It's not what I would call perfect, no. But again, that is.
Yeah. Finally, I got the wheels to lock. On dry pavement, it's very difficult to lock
Try
the
it over
wheels.
here. Find some dryness.
Get off past the drains. Okay.
It won't lock up, but
No, I tried. That's what I'm trying to make this car lock up.
that locked up.
Yeah, with 2 feet.
Yeah.
You see, normal driving, when he slows down, it's not a problem. But if he has to do an urgent stop, he ain't gonna do it.
I'm gonna hit the brakes.
Okay.
Brake.
Okay. See that, eh?
We may have overheated the discs.
Okay, don't worry about it. Anyways, doesn't matter. Let's bring it back to the shop. Does the horn work?
I'll tell you in a second. Let's see if it's got a kick-ass horn. Oh,
No,
sorry.
it's a rim. It works.
I love that horn.
Good stuff. Lincoln Continental, 1963.
That's good.
Perfect. Thank you very much, man.
You're welcome.
Oh.
Better, but not perfect.
I'm not surprised.
It looks like a bigger bore master cylinder, and some more research with the company that made the brake kit is in this car's future. It's not always about making them go faster in Nick's shop. With the test drive out of the way, Nick is eager to get back to his dashboard disassembly.
Well, let's get rid of the glove box now. That's made out of cardboard. I'm gonna rip it out right now so I can get my hinge out. Yeah, that's a part that's very commonly sold, so that's not a problem getting. What I'm concerned about is getting a dash pad, which is pretty expensive. Oh, it's got one more screw here. There we go. There's the glove box. I believe it needs to be replaced, of course. All right, we got one coming in. There you go. Next, take out the striker. We got to take off the little rubber bumpers right here. Here we go. I've got all that new, so I'm not going to worry about it. And here's the harness. There it is. I'm going to check it all, clean it out very good, retape it, and I think it's going to be beautiful. Yep, wait till I finish with this, you're going to see it. Now to remove the wood grain on the rally cluster, you need a special thin straight screwdriver to get in here into the knobs and take out the screw, which is like this. See this? It won't come out. So to take out this cluster, this is what you got to do. You got to do this. And there you go. There's a screw in there. See it? That's it. So you got to make sure we don't lose this, because we're going to end up putting it back. And here's the other one. You know, I've bought a lot of e-bodies in my life, and you know what? Many times these knobs are missing. And for some reason, they're still on this car, which is a miracle for me. After buying so many of these e-bodies, they're always missing. But in this particular project I have them. Let me put them in a little bag. I don't want to lose any of these. Here we go. Like so. These are little things you don't want to lose. Et voila. Okay, and now let's remove the dash pad from the frame. Here we go. No damage. Looks worn out, but there's no damage on it. That looks pretty good. Okay, let's remove the cluster now. Can't wait to finish this dash. Wow, it's a lot of pieces here, but you know what? We have no choice but to get it done. The dash is a very important piece for me, because when you're driving this car, you're always looking at the cluster. And for me, that is one important piece that has to be perfect, and that everything in there that works. And I like my lights to work, I want my gauges to work, and of course I want the dash to be lit up bright at night. No LEDs in this kit, it's going to be all original light bulbs. Here it is. This is what's called a Raleigh cluster. 150 miles per hour, 8,000 RPM, which was the 7071 E-body, all gauges, temperature, alternating oil, and of course a clock. This is what's called a Raleigh cluster. Raleigh dash, but it came on all RT Challengers standard equipment. You see there's a lot of screws missing on this, eh? Look at that, eh? Somebody's tampered with this dash before. You can see there's a lot of screws missing, a lot of nuts missing. I don't know. You know what? A lot of times when you buy a used car, people that put things back, they only put half the screws back in many cases. One thing for sure I don't like is to have a screw or a nut missing or a retainer. I'm going to make sure that it's all there when it's done. A lot of guys, they drill holes in dashes to put gauges or stick a tachometer on there. For some reason, this year wasn't bothered. But the thing is, what I need to do is replace it for the reason it has major cracks in it. I'm going to turn it over and I'm going to show you. And there we go. And now the only thing left right now is the reverse light. And there's the frame. Come and see this. The dash pads were made in Canada back then. And here it is, made in Canada. Just like the bumper brackets, made in Canada. And we got a 1980 GMC Jimmy right here. It's got no brakes. My client just bought it and he wants me to take care of the brakes. So here we go. We're gonna bring it in and we're gonna take it from there. My cameraman used to have the same truck at one time.
Alain just picked up this truck for a great father-son project. And the first place he brought it was to Nick.
It's got some brakes. I used to have one of these back in 1979. It was a Chevy Blazer. And here what we got is a 1980 GMC Jimmy with hardly any brakes. But you know what? It's here to get done, and that's what we're here for. Wow, this thing brings back some memories. Back since 1979, I used to have one of these. I had a Chevy Blazer, same design body.
Same color?
No, it was a blue and white two-tone, just like this one. Look at that, same truck. This is awesome. This is nice. Good old days. I remember these days. I used to work at the dealership. City Buick Pontiac. We used to sell GMC there, 1980. I worked for a GMC dealer from 1976 till 1980, which they sold GMC, Pontiac, and Buick, and Cadillacs. And this one sure brings me memories back to the dealership, the days I worked.
That's the magic of an old car. It can take you down the block, out of town, or back in time, where memories live in brighter colors than today's. But to keep these time machines rolling, you have to have the right person with the know-how, tools, and passion it takes to keep the past alive.
And you know, every time I stand in front of my car here with the twin 440 to put in, of course, I've got the original matching 440 engine matching number to the car, which is not ready yet, which I plan to build for next year. I've got a twin right here. Then again, since the keeper's still here, and I always loved the Hemi Challenger. I don't know, I'm still debating what to do. But you know what? I still have my badges, both NOS, the 440 Magnum and the 426 Hemi. So before I drill the holes on the hood for either nameplate, I want to make sure which one I'm going to put in. Now, since my Hemi's still not sold, which engine would you guys put in my car, the Kawasaki? The original 440 setup or the remake of Vanishing Point, which was the 426 Hemi? Barry Newman or the remake of 1997? You guys let me know. I want to hear your comment. And if you guys have some time, just look down on the computer. You're going to see our merchandise. If you guys like any of the stuff, buy it and you'll love it. Or check out our Patreon /Nick's Garage. Thank you.